Chapter 13. The Choice. The transition into the Freedomite community was seamless. The routine was pretty much the same as Kratos, minus the morning fights. Every morning at 5 a.m., people gathered around the hub with the fire pit and log benches, and Nick called out the assignments for the day. Between the farming, property maintenance, and childcare, there was tons of work to be done. After the day's work, I got to spend time with Ava. Our courtship was no secret from the community. We would laugh and hug and bask in the closeness of one another. The people in the community, they liked it, encouraged it, but no doubt an eye was kept on us. The people were welcoming, but still treated me a little bit differently than Ava. Ava was one of theirs, a true Freedomite, and I could tell I would only be a fully welcome member of this community if I indeed married in. The 7 of us newcomers, all still unmarried, we stayed in the same log cabin together. Despite our mutual love and respect for the community, when the sun went down at night, we chatted in a whisper. We all still had so many questions, mainly about Nick. The community itself was virtually flawless, safe, lots of food, everybody engaging in reciprocal labor. It was a well-oiled machine, like a beehive or an ant farm. But every hive, every ant farm, has a queen bee or a queen ant. For the Freedomites, that was Nick. Observing the community, everyone seemed to follow Nick's lead without question. Every man had clearly adopted his ruthless, yet religious philosophy. But speaking to people in the Freedomite community, there was a lot of that same simplicity and unworldliness that Ava had. Nick was different. From his tattoos and just the way he spoke, you could tell that Nick knew a lot about the outside world. He certainly knew struggle and pain. What was his story? How did he become to be the leader of this commune? And what were his plans? One morning, while Nick was calling out assignments for the day, the 7 of us newcomers were told that we would be with Nick for the morning. We hadn't been with Nick since our time in Kratos. "Men, today we drill," said Nick, matter-of-factly. Nick swiftly started out towards the mysterious big building with the satellite dish, the only building that had even a trace of the outside world. This was the building that I had been wondering about. As we marched up and entered the building, I was completely shocked. It was an armory. Guns, assault rifles, military equipment, on an otherwise ultra-primitive Amish farm. Gentlemen, this might be the only time you hear me talk about the past. Like me, you've all come here for a genuinely new beginning, a fresh start. Before I ended up here, there was a time I was in this hellhole called Iraq. I was a Green Beret there. After that, I had a brief stint working with the United States government. It didn't end so well. I saw things, plans which have already started and cannot be undone. Plans that I want no part of. I can't be certain, but there might be a day when they come for me. When that day comes, we will not submit. We will stand and fight. We live free or we die. If they come, we must be prepared. Now, grab a rifle and fall in line. Never in my life had I held a gun before. I was always far away from the brutal realities of war. For the entire morning, Nick put us through basic weapons training. Loading, reloading, and maintaining firearms, aiming and firing, close quarters combat techniques. After the day's drilling, we reassembled back in the building. Well done today, gents, but today was just a mere introduction. We're going to drill like this once a month a couple times until you're fully up to speed.
Meow, meow.
Nick's speech was quickly interrupted by a barn cat who sprinted past him like a cheetah and zipped up the wall like a squirrel, proceeding to snatch a helpless mouse. Unfazed, Nick continued. Now, on another note, I imagine you're all starting to think hardly about your woman. Nick chuckled. Now, you do not leave here with them. They stay. If you want them, you join us. It's been an honor getting to know you the past while, and I'm proud to call you now brothers. Each of you have my blessing to marry. That being said, the time has come for you to make a decision. I give you now the final and fairest warning I can, so listen closely. If you choose here today to join our community, you will never be rich. You will never own a phone again. Social media, entertainment, gone. You will never own property. You will never own anything. All of your current finances will be forfeited to the community. There is no money here. You no longer live for yourself if you join us. Your entire life is dedicated to the betterment, safety, and longevity of the community. If need be, you will die for our way of life. Furthermore, this is a closed community. Should you decide to join, you will never leave this commune. You will not travel the world. You will not see the Eiffel Tower, the Sistine Chapel, the Burj Khalifa, or the Serengeti Desert. This, right here, will be your life until you die. Though I cannot offer you riches, fame, or luxury, what I do offer you is freedom. You will marry your woman, you will farm, you will raise children, and you will praise God. Nothing more. Once again, this is a closed and hidden community. We have almost enough diversity, and we're nearing the perfect capacity for pure sustainability. Should you choose to stay, you will never see your parents again. With your wives, you'll start a new family with a surname of your choosing. As far as the outside world goes, you are gone. Dead. Understand that once you make this choice, there is no going back. I ask you now, will you stay and break free, or will you go back? Will you give up your freedoms for true freedom? The choice is yours.